Hey everyone, this is Ryan B with Practical Forex Trading. This is your weekly analysis for the dollar yen, so the US dollar versus the Japanese yen. The date is March 1st, 2020. If you want to stay up to date with all of our dollar yen and other commodity and currency pair charts, make sure you click that red subscribe button on the bottom right hand corner of your screen. Okay, so we're looking at the weekly dollar yen chart. Overall, my sentiment is bullish. We could see price dip a little bit more, but in the long term, I am definitely bullish. We can see here that price has a pretty good amount of support between the 106 yen and the 103 mark. Now, this is a weekly chart, so this is a really long time for this to play out. But if we look historically, we see price moving above that zone. Price doesn't like to stay in there for very long, right? Moves back above it, moves below it. So even with the huge sell-off last week, we see price still moving above this 106.50 mark. Now it's still 150 pips away, so let's talk about more about the short-term action for this week. Okay, let me reframe that. There we go. So I've got my pivots. Oops, sorry, this is the wrong one. I tried to find a good way where I could map out the pivots live. So I went ahead and wrote these down from the pivot point calculator. So let's go ahead. Where's support 106.50. There you go. That's where exactly where our line is. So weekly S1. 106.50. So a good chance we could see price visit there. This is a pretty big bullish candle on the daily. So that's a possibility. So something to keep note of. S2 at 104.92. Okay. So our next S2 104.92. We see that's our last low. So that makes sense. S2. Okay. So right there. Now, if we look at this, we could possibly see a parallel. I also see some short-term support here. What about this 107 mark? Let's go ahead and map out some more. So if I look at support and resistance in a minor sense, so this is our big, right? Obviously, this is our last low. It's our big weekly support. That makes sense. But then you're going to have some minor support lines too. These would be more of our daily pivots. So I'm going to go ahead and mark these in this tan color. So we see some support there at the 107 mark. So what price might do is dip here, because then if we draw a parallel trend channel to that big ascending uptrend, we'll see that price action could do this right here. We could see price actually hold above the 107.70 mark, then continue upwards. We've got more minor support right here. So, this is very big and bearish. I don't want to get in the way of that. I really want to see what happens over the next couple of days. If price holds at 107.54, might be a good buying opportunity. If price kind of stabs into this weekly S1, that's actually a really good buy. That's a bounce that I want to buy. So let's look at resistance. 110.68. So 110.68 is R1. Let's change that back to the major because it's weekly. So weekly R1, 110.68. Which would make for some nice pips if price did travel between the weekly S1 and the R1. Unfortunately, a lot of times it doesn't, especially with dollar yen. We see some weeks, right, price moves 40 pips or 40 pips in a day. So, and then really over a course of weeks, it's really kind of sideways trading. So some good velocity, kind of when you see this kind of price action, your new pivot points will have a big wide range, because prices are really, the averages are fanning out. Hopefully, volatility continues as far as being able to trade and get pips off it. Because otherwise what will happen is the price will just kind of slowly recoil, and see how this moving average is moving through the middle of it. That's what happens when price goes sideways, making these less and less reliable. So overall, I am bullish in the yen. Wait a couple of days to see how price action proves out. If I'm buying, I'm going to put my stops below weekly S1 at 106.50, because if price action starts moving down through there, then I want to see what's going on and consider whether or not I should still be of a bullish sentiment. In order to be bearish, I need to see a break below weekly S2 at 104.92. Okay, I wish you all a very profitable week of trading. I hope you make lots of pips. Talk soon.